What up, everybody, and welcome to Baz on Blades. My name is Baz, and I talk about blades, and today, another fine product from Steel Wheel. We've been on a Steel Wheel tear here recently at Baz on Blades, getting ready for the upcoming Christmas giveaway 2020, and we've got another Steel Wheel product. This is a brand new model from them. I do not think you can even find it in the stores yet. What we've got is the Steel Wheel Nutcracker, and aptly named for a seasonal release from Steel Wheel Knives. As always, I want to say thank you to Paulina at Steel Wheel, my contact at Steel Wheel, and to Steel Wheel, the company themselves, for sending this product out to Baz on Blades. And I am super excited about this review. Spoiler alert, everybody. This is hands down the finest knife that I've ever handled from Steel Wheel. And I have reviewed, I don't know, 8 different Steel Wheel knives, maybe 10 of them over the last couple of years. This is an extremely nice knife. Now, I did a quick search online. The only place I could find it available to order was from the Steel Wheel website itself. They had it priced at $129.99. I do not know how it's going to be priced out on the street. I'm going to assume it's going to be around that price point. I think it's a pretty decent deal at that point. We will get into materials and all of that here in the review. So this is, of course, just like many Steel Wheel products, available in different finishes, different colors of G10. This particular one in the black wash blade, gray G10, beautiful red standoffs, black hardware, is the F24-20. It is also available in black G10 with a satin blade, satin hardware, and blue standoffs, and a third iteration in OD green G10 with black wash and black hardware. Every one of them looks really good, really good. So we'll just have to wait and see what the price is going to be on the Nutcracker. It's got to be one of my favorite names for a knife so far since Baz on Blades has been doing this knife thing, which is about 40 years now. So let's go ahead and pull in the packaging. We will take a look at the label here, the F24 Nutcracker, this particular one, F24-20. You can see your blade steel is N690. This is in gray G10 and red colored aluminum standoffs. Inside that packaging, typical Steel Wheel packaging, guys. Let's see if we can get this open on camera here. Their packaging is very stiff and strong. This is a good cardboard box. Now, it's not the best looking box in the world, but these knives tend to make it where they're going in one piece. You can see this is part of Steel Wheel's Urban series. It does ship in the little bubble wrap envelope that all of their knives, their folders, ship in. So pretty standard as far as Steel Wheel packaging goes. And you know what? We don't really care about that packaging. It's just all part of the review to show it. Let's get this knife back out here. We are going to talk about numbers first. This is a medium-large EDC sized blade. I will bring out a Paramilitary 2 here in just a second to compare and contrast with. Your blade length here, you're about 3.4 inches, and that's 8.5 centimeters. Blade stock thickness, 160 thousandths of an inch, or 4 millimeters, guys. Very stout blade stock thickness. Your blade width, 1.1 inches or 28 millimeters. Handle length, 4.5 inches or 11.5 centimeters. Handle thickness, 560 thousandths of an inch or 14.6 millimeters. The handle width at the widest point is 1.2 inches or 30 millimeters. Closed width on this, not too awful bad. Here is your widest section, 1.2 inches or 30 millimeters. I'm sorry, 1.4 inches or 36 millimeters. My bad, guys. Overall length, 8 inches. That's about 20 centimeters. Your stock pin diameter matches your blade stock thickness at 160 thousandths of an inch or 4 millimeters, as it should. Behind the edge thickness, I did hit it at 3 spots along the edge. It was exactly 19 thousandths in all places, and that is 0.49 millimeters. Handle to blade ratio, very good at 0.75, and your weight, 4.59 ounces or 130 grams. Now, let's bring out the Paramilitary 2 and take a close look at what we've got here. They are of a size, but there are some differences between the two. We'll start down here at the handle end, and we're going to put the handle, we're going to put them flush up at the blade end, and you will see right here, okay, your handles are very close, about 1/8 of an inch difference in length. Then we're going to look at our blade length here, still in the same place. Again, very close, but we're going to change this up and we're going to go to sharpen edge. And you can see you get approximately an extra 1/4 inch of sharpened edge on this Nutcracker. Overall, there is a little bit of a size difference. I believe you're looking at right about total overall 1/4 of an inch size difference, and that is, it's in this handle more than it is the blade, but there is a slight difference in the handle and the blade, guys. So just about the same size as a Paramilitary 2, just 1/8 of an inch difference here and there, a little bit of difference in the weight. And I think a lot of that is going to be in that blade stock thickness, which is, I believe, is thicker than the stock thickness on the Paramilitary 2. Now also the liners that are perfectly nested in this knife, just absolutely flushly nested in that G10, they are not weight relieved. So it's a little bit heavier than the Paramilitary 2 at approximately the same size. Material-wise, you're looking at N690 in your blade steel. That is a Bowler steel. It is a stainless steel, high-carbon stainless steel. You're looking at about 1.07% carbon. Your chromium content is high at 17 to 17.3. It is a modified steel in that it has added vanadium, it has added moly, and it has added cobalt, which refines the grain structure and adds to machinability. It is considered a cobalt alloyed stainless, and that cobalt really does help to refine the grain structure in this stainless steel. You will typically see it rock weld 58 to 60, and at that, the performance you're going to get is much like VG10 or 154 CM with a little bit of extended corrosion resistance over 154 CM. Edge retention will be good. Impact resistance, toughness will be good, and your corrosion resistance, very good. It is considered an upper, it is sort of the upper mid-range going into the high end. It pretty much in the same place as VG10 and 154 CM is where you sort of range in the blade steel hierarchy that you are going to find in 690. It's a good steel. It's a good steel, guys. No problems with that there. All right, material-wise in the handle, beautifully machined G10. We will talk about that machining much more. Stainless on your small parts here. A milled titanium pocket clip that is in a recessed pocket. You see it only has one mounting screw. It is in a recessed pocket. And one thing I want to point out on this knife, every screw on this knife is T8 Torx. There is no T6 Torx on this knife. One bit to do everything, disassembly, reassembly, adjustment, anything, guys. Thank you to Steel Wheel for that. All of our manufacturers need to be going to T8 minimum size screws. And I love when you have the same one size all over the knife. You don't want to have to drag out a whole box of tools to take apart something as small and simple as a knife. And we're going to talk a little bit about that titanium pocket clip. It is beautiful. It is an absolutely wonderful design, guys. I love this pocket clip. It is aesthetically pleasing on this knife. It is mechanically efficient in use. I love this pocket clip. Whoever on the Steel Wheel team designed that pocket clip needs a raise. It is awesome. Now, there you go, material-wise. N690, G10, stainless steel liners, and ceramic bearings on your pivot and your detent. The aluminum, the anodized aluminum standoffs, including a smaller diameter standoff for lanyard mount, your titanium pocket clip. It's you know what? Again, these are priced at $129.99 on the Steel Wheel website, and I think that's pretty much, it's right in there, guys. That's right in there. N690, beautifully done G10. Nice pop of color here. Milled titanium pocket clips, ceramic bearings on the pivot and detent. I think that's pretty much right there. Now, fit and finish. We'll go back up to the blade. It's Steel Wheel fit and finish, guys. I never, ever find any fit and finish issues with Steel Wheel. Their internal QC is apparently very good. It is very good. If they are producing any clunkers, they're kicking them out. So as far as your primary grind here, your swedge grind, your plunge, everything is even, beautifully done, beautifully finished. The secondary edge, the edge bevel there it's symmetric to both sides. It is beautifully done and even. The surface finish with the black wash is beautifully done. That is something that Steel Wheel is very good at, is their black wash. Your markings, applied markings that are laser etched here, are also very well done. They show up very well for reading, but they don't overwhelm the blade. So just excellent work there. You have a functional sharpening choil here. Yay, a functional sharpening choil, something that many manufacturers find impossible to do. I don't understand that myself. So, fit and finish on the blade, no issues there, guys. It is just wonderfully done, as always, from Steel Wheel. Let's go into the handle and spend a little bit of time on this handle. I love this handle design. It is aesthetically pleasing. It is ergonomic. It is organic. It is like a piece of sculpture, and it is perfectly machined. You will find no machining issues on this G10, guys. It is beautifully done. You can see the surface texture here. They have left what I call last pass, as in your last pass of machining. They didn't come back and buff this out or anything. It is radially finished, so you get the reveal of the layers of fiberglass in the G10, giving it sort of a wood grain look. But then also, you've got this crosshatch, not really crosshatch, but the direction of the machine, and they've left that last pass texture in there. It's very subtle. It is feelable and it is viewable, but it is subtle at the same time, allowing you to enjoy the reveal of the layers of the G10 at the same time. And then all of this faceting around the edges. Look at this up here at the pivot end, guys. This is a beautiful, beautiful set of lines right here. It is so attractive. Whoever designed that, also kudos to them. Everything about this, look at how the pocket clip design integrates again with that. It's just a beautiful pocket clip. I can't believe I'm talking about how beautiful a pocket clip is, but it just is. Everything mates perfectly. Again, you can see that the inletted inset liners are just perfectly flush. Everything about the fit and finish on this knife is wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. Now, let's talk about the action. It's wonderful too. It is wonderful too, guys. This knife likes a sort of a light switch sort of flick. It has a good detent. It has good geometry between the flipper tab design, the center line of the pivot. Good size detent, no issues there at all. The action is, it's it's very smooth, guys. It's ridiculously smooth. Ceramic bearings, I don't know if they're multi-row or single row, but at this point, I don't give a rat's ass. It is just, you don't need it to be any smoother than that. Yeah, you don't need it to be any smoother than that. Lock up, absolutely tight in every direction. There is nothing in any direction on that lockup. You can see your degree of lockup here. It's black on black, sorry guys. You did good solid lockup. Centering, wonderful, wonderful guys. Centering straight down the center. Just beautifully done as far as action, lockup, and centering goes. It's a joy to flip and play with for you guys that want the entertainment value of playing with your flipper. Just very, very good as far as that goes. Yeah, that is absolutely wonderful. And the only thing that I did out of the box, the only thing I did come in here, I put a tool on the pivot just to see how it affected the centering. No issue at all there. And then I put 1 drop of oil on the pivot, just a single drop of oil, and I put a single drop of oil on the detent. And it needed no adjustment at all. The only adjustment I did was just out of curiosity, seeing how the centering was affected. And it didn't come extremely dry. It was a little drier than I would run it, especially on the detent. But it is just silky, silky smooth. Yeah, it's just very, very smooth, easy action on those ceramic bearings. So, ergonomics and utility usefulness. This is sort of a sheep's footy blade. It is totally belly. The entire length of the blade is belly. 19 thousandths behind the edge. You're right at the upper end of slicey dicey with a thin enough edge to be slicey, but enough substance behind the edge for support for a strong edge. Very good balance. That 18, 19, 20 thousandths is a very, very good balancing point between sliciness and toughness. No issues there. Plenty of working surface. Again, more cutting edge out of a shorter blade length than the Paramilitary 2. That's great design. That is a great design, and one of the best thing about these sheep's footy type designs, you get a lot of cutting edge. Now, it's not going to be pokey, stabby, all of that. It is, the tip is thinned down with this swedge, very well done, and it is very well sharpened. You can see it catches So you got plenty of tip to start cuts with if you want to. Again, it's not going to be pokey stabby, but that's just a product of that blade profile. So as far as utilitarian use, you're not going to do much better than this this blade profile here, guys. It's just going to be so very slicey and usable. Getting into that, we do have a good thumb ramp here going from the handle up into the blade. It is well placed. You can see you've got your choil here, but the thumb ramp is angled forward from that, so you're not overly compressing your grip. You're not having to, pull your thumb back like the jimping is straight up and down over the choil. It is forward enough for a comfortable open grip. And going into the handle here, look at it, guys. Look at this handle. It is everything you want to see in an ergonomic, well-designed, comfortable, usable handle. You've got a beautiful sway back drop at the butt end here. You've got a nice bird's beak. You've got a beautiful choil here. In my large hands, you can see the grip is wonderful. The only thing that I will say about this grip is, if you've got extra large to Sasquatch size hands, it might be a little compact for you. But as far as large size hands, it is absolutely wonderful. Of course, medium and small hands will be able to fit on there just as well. All of this faceting around the edge combined with the radially machined G10. So it is radially machined, and you've got these facets relaxing the edges. It is extremely comfortable. It is extremely comfortable on top of just being beautiful. This is hands down, okay, in my opinion, in Baz on Blade's opinion, this is hands down the most attractive folder that Steel Wheel has ever done. Okay, I've always been very positive in my reviews of Steel Wheel products because they make a fine product. But this is just the most attractive steel wheel knife that I have ever held in my hands. And I'm going to say that at least for my hands, at least for my grip, it's quite possibly the absolutely most comfortable in my grip also. Excellent work from Steel Wheel, from their design team, from their manufacturing team. I can see this knife being very much a success for Steel Wheel. I can't say enough good about it. I cannot say enough good about this knife. They have made some very smart decisions on this knife. Decisions like this sheep's footy sort of blade profile here with the continuous belly, 19 thousandths behind the edge with this high flat grind on thick stock, on 4mm blade stock. And I'm not hedging, it's 4mm. When I hit it with the calipers, it was 4.05mm. So it is heavy blade stock. You get a lot of that thickness out towards the tip, but you've still got this slicey high flat grind, sharpening choil, good thumb ramp with good jimping on it, ergonomic handle design, a lot of great design decisions, just a beautiful, workable, just a wonderful pocket clip. I can't get over this pocket clip. It is just one of the best done milled titanium pocket clips I have ever seen. And it is titanium. I did take it off of the knife and hit it with a magnet. It's just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Another fantastic choice, T8 screws throughout. Even that pocket clip screw, T8, guys. T8 is such a better Torx socket size than T6. You could not say enough about that decision. That is a major selling point as far as I am concerned. If Steel Wheel went to T8 hardware on every one of their knives, it would elevate them, just that decision would elevate them above many other knife companies, regardless of price. If you go out and you spend $500 on a knife and it's got T6 screws holding it together, that's not as well made as this knife that is probably going to be priced around $100 to $130. Love that decision. Love it. As I said, so many good decisions on this knife. And I'm going to tell you exactly how much I love this knife. Typically, when a company, Steel Wheel included, sends me a product for free, I keep very little product. Of all the knives that Steel Wheel has ever sent me, and I'm saying 8 or 10 knives, guys, I have only kept one, and that was the Plague Doctor. Now it's going to be 2. I am going to keep this knife. You know, they just sent me 3 knives that we're going to use in the Christmas giveaway, and I'm very happy to put them up for you guys to win. But I'm also very happy to say you're not getting this one. Baz on Blades is keeping this knife. I love this knife. I mean, I just love everything about this knife. I don't see any way to improve this knife. Now, you could argue, well, Baz on Blades, I want a higher end blade steel than N690. Okay, well, you wanted it a higher price point then, because those increases in performance in blade steel you have to pay for. You're looking at, say, if this was an S35VN, you're looking at probably a $30 price increase, so $150 to $160 then. And N690, not that bad of a steal. Back in the day, you know, bragging rights were if you could get a blade steel as good as N690. And I'm talking about in that 154 CM VG10 arena there, those were the high-end steels. So it is not a bad steel at all, and it's got good performance, it's got good sharpenability, fantastic corrosion resistance. Just, God almighty, I got to quit bragging about this knife. I mean, what else can I say except nanny, 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 I got it and you don't. But they will be in the store soon, so you can get you one. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm recommending this one. Look at this. Guys, come on. Come on. This is just such a wonderful, wonderful knife. It's it's well made. It's attractive. It's functional, utilitarian, comfortable, and damn it, it is beautiful. This is a beautiful knife. Steel Wheel, excellent job on the Nutcracker. All right, guys, as always, I thank you very much for taking the time to watch one of my videos. God bless all of you. Yeah. God bless all of you, and we will talk to you again.